Everett Abrams here, the Wizard of Wood, and today I'm also the Wizard of Decks because we're going to be actually removing this wood deck and taking it out and putting a composite deck in. But I do want to show you a couple things. One is, in regards to wood restoration, when somebody abuses a deck or goes over the years, they don't know what they're doing. There's a lot of things that happen. So this deck doesn't owe anybody any money. This is 35 years old. It is a weirdo built deck. It's a weirdo looking deck. It has got a lot of issues that we've just talked about. But anyway, let's get into it. So regarding this, what you can see is this has been over pressure washed, and the grooves here and the raised grain from digging into with the pressure washer. And it's pretty evident if you look here, you can actually see the scarring from a pressure washer. It's all over the place. I mean, this is where it's been dug into the wood. This has got unbelievable scarring. So the whole deck is like that. I'm not going to walk up on the deck because the steps are really bad. If you look at it, half of them are falling out of these grooves. Look at that. It's really bad. And then, never seen that too, but the hardware is on the outside of the fascia and the deck is attached and it's barely hanging on the steps. I mean, this is kind of a little crazy here. But that's not all that's crazy. If anybody knows about deck building, usually you can see there's a beam here for whatever little jacked up. But if you look out here, this is basically what's called a cantilever from the beam out, and you're supposed to have no more than a 2-foot cantilever here. So the beam should actually be here, and the new one will be at 14 feet out. It's a 16-foot deck, 14 feet with 2x12 beams going across, joists, and then a 2-foot cantilever. So they put these 4x4 posts, notched it there for the rim joist on this side. On this side, it's just attached, but it's only attached with nails. It's not even attached with a bolt. I don't know how this deck's still standing 35 years later. It is just so odd to me. But basically, it's an 8-foot cantilever, meaning from the beam out to the outside, it's just hanging from there. It's 8 feet, which is crazy. It is shaky up there. It's been that way for a while. Customers aren't really, don't feel like it's very safe. So they call us in and there's people that say, oh, we don't need a permit. Oh, we can do this. Oh, we can do that. I said, no, this has to be done the right way. There's also an HOA in here, so you have to work through the HOA. I can't speak for other people, but this is what helps us stand out, is when we come in and we can talk about how things were, how they got to where they are, what we're going to do, what the new deck is going to be like, how we're going to do that. So we're getting ready to redo this. Can't wait to show you this at the end. But there's a lot of things on this deck you can see that have just not been right, from the building to it, to the scarring from the pressure washing that's been done. It's never really looked good. It's been dug into and so forth. So a lot of abuse on this deck, and it makes it easier for you to stand out when you're a contractor and you can do this type of work, both from the restoration standpoint, how you tell people how it should be done and how you can fix it. We have another one in Cherry Hill. Same thing. Somebody put a solid stain on brand new wood, and it peels on the floor. It's really bad. It's bare, which bare is, people, and bare people can get upset with me all they want. It's the worst stain in the world. Whenever somebody say you have a bare solid or bare on the deck, contractors want to charge more because it's very hard to maintain it. It's like next to impossible. And then trying to remove it, especially a solid when it's peeling all over the place, is unbelievable. You need a solvent-based stripper. You need a lot more. But anyway, on this particular deck, they've actually had other people out there. They gouged it with a pressure. They tried to remove it with pressure. They've tried to sand it. They can't get it. Spent hours on it. And, they need it fixed. And we run into that all the time. Pressure does not restore. Pressure doesn't clean. Pressure doesn't do any of that stuff. And yet people will blast the crap out of wood and just etch it, like we saw here, where the grain is just raised and there's grooves in the wood and it's really bad. So know the right way, gain knowledge, watch the Wizards videos, and you'll be able to restore these things and build these things and stand out from your crowd, and everything works out great. Thanks. All right.